Hello there, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I trust that you are doing well. My name is Lara Akinola, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the power of saying no. The power of no and how saying no could literally change your life. Have you ever said yes? I know it's not just myself. I know that you have said yes. Some of us have said yes when we really wanted to say no. Maybe you felt guilty or afraid of disappointing someone, or you just did not know how to refuse. You didn't know how to decline that thing. If this sounds like you, well, fret not, my pet. Keep watching, because today we are talking about the power of no and how mastering it can transform your confidence, your boundaries, and your overall happiness. So, a little bit about my own experience of saying no or not saying no, being a people pleaser. I am a recovering people pleaser. Yes, I said it. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I've been in a place where I just said yes to everything, just to please people. I used to be a chronic people pleaser. I would say yes to extra work. I would promise that I would finish it by such and such time when I knew that that would be like a real stretch. I would work late. I would do extra favors and attend, accept invitations even when I was exhausted. I would stay late to help people after the event, to help pack up when I knew that I lived 3 hours away and I was not driving, just to please people, because they knew that I was a steady hand. They just had to ask me and I would stay behind, I would help, I would support. The result, I was burned out. I was exhausted. I was frustrated. I was losing control over my own time. I lost myself. And it almost made me to be resentful, because some people are happy to receive, but they don't give like that, until I learned the life-changing power of saying no, and it literally changed my life. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how saying no is one of the most powerful things you can do, how to do it with confidence, and what to say when you are struggling to refuse someone. So this video is broken down into 3 parts. Part 1, we are going to be looking at why saying no is so powerful. Part 2 is going to be walking us through why we struggle to say no. And part 3, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to say no even when you are scared. So let's get into it. Part 1. The number one reason why saying no is powerful is to protect your time. When you say no, it protects your own time. Okay? We've all got 24 hours in a day. Nobody has 24.5 hours in a day. Nobody has 25 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day, and in those 24 hours, everybody has stuff to do. You can protect your own time by saying no to some things from other people that are laying demands on your own time, because every time you say yes to something you don't want, you are saying no to something that you do want. Whether that is to rest, whether that is to invest in your own growth and development, or whether that is about your priorities, you are saying no to yourself. You're not choosing yourself. You're saying no to yourself. You are choosing other people. You are saying yes to them. For example, let's say that you've worked, Monday to Friday all week. You are so exhausted and you've been looking forward to Saturday. That's one day that you have decided you're going to have a lazy day. On this day, you're going to have a lazy day. You're just going to rest. You are going to recuperate. You are going to reflect, so that you can recalibrate and be ready for the following week. And then somebody decides that they need you on Saturday to come and help them with something, from morning. Maybe they need you from 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to take you to around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that is the bulk of the day is gone. When are you going to be able to rest and relax and recalibrate and recuperate? All of that's gone. So if in that moment you say yes to going to help that person, to going to do something, whatever it is they are calling you to come and do, you have said no to yourself. You have not chosen yourself. You have not prioritized yourself. You have said no to your rest. You have said no to your recuperation and recalibration and whatever else you want to do. You are not going to have that lazy day on that Saturday. And maybe it was even raining on that Saturday. Maybe it was even raining and cold. And you are not able to have the rest that you wanted to have, that you have planned to have, that you have been waiting for all week to have. You said no to that. You've turned yourself down. Okay? So saying yes to what you don't want means that you have said no to what you want, and that has disempowered you. That is not empowering. You have literally disempowered yourself. Number 2 reason why I believe that saying no is powerful is that it strengthens your boundaries when you say no. It strengthens your boundary. It makes the lines of boundaries very, very clear. And when you set boundaries, people respect you more. They respect you more. It teaches them how to treat you. It teaches them what to bring to your door. But if there are no boundaries, they don't know. Maybe you think that the boundaries are there, but the bar is very low. They can't see it, or the boundary lines are very blurred. It's not even perceptible. They can't even see it. Nobody knows what you like, what you don't like, what you will do, what you wouldn't do. Everything will go. They will bring everything to you. Nobody will respect you, and it could even cause you to be resentful as well. You probably internally being resentful and say, oh, why do people say this to me, bring this to me all the time whenever they need help? They come to me whenever they need to this, It's because you are the ones who have allowed it. You haven't set your boundaries. So when you say no, it helps people to be able to know where your boundary lines are. It strengthens your boundaries, and they respect that. And if anyone is going to willfully cross the boundary, overstep the boundary lines that you have set, then it shows you who that person is. And it shows you how to deal with that person, how to relate to that person. They've clearly shown that they don't respect you. Okay? But for the most part, people will respect your boundaries. So saying no is so powerful because it strengthens your boundary lines. And the number 3, why I believe saying no is so powerful is that when you say no, it builds your confidence. It gives you this sense of confidence, because saying no gives you control over your life. It reminds you that you are the CEO of your own time and energy. Nobody is going to manage your time for you. Nobody is going to manage your peace for you. No matter how much they love you, right? Nobody's going to do it for you. You are responsible for managing your own time, for managing your own peace and your energy. Don't outsource it to other people. Anything you outsource to other people becomes an option, not a priority to them. Whenever they have time, they will treat it anyhow they like. So saying no builds confidence. It builds your confidence. And when you're able to say no like that, you are confident in yourself to say, no, I need to manage my time. No, that doesn't work for me. I can't do that. So this brings me to part 2. Why I think that we struggle to say no. The common reason why I believe that we struggle to say no is the fear of disappointing others. And we've all been there. Listen, there are some people in all of our lives that we honor, that we respect. People like our mentors, people like our parents, people that have leadership over us, that have moral leadership over us. And we want to please them. We don't want to disappoint them. But here is the thing. Anybody who loves you will appreciate when you are not able to deliver on something. They won't press you. They will not press you on it. They will not insist on it because they love you. They will give you that space. Okay? So you don't have to do everything for everybody. It's okay to say no. And they will respect that. Trust me. Again, I'm speaking from experience as a recovering people pleaser. They understand. Actually, most of the time would prefer that you say no. Because then you know that the fact that you've declined that thing is coming from a pure heart, not a malicious heart, not a rebellious heart. And they are able to see also that you can't fulfill what they're asking in that moment. And they will respect that. So don't be afraid to say no. in cases like that. And also, another reason is that we want to be liked. This is a very toxic one. You want to be liked. You want to be part of the group, part of the clique, or you want people to have this perception of you that, oh, she's very reliable, she's very generous, she's very kind. Yes, you can be all of those things and still be able to say no. You can be all of those things and still decline to do some things. Because here is the truth. People who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. Like I've said, they will, if they truly care about you, they will respect your boundaries. And if you have to do something for people to like you, I'm going to invite you to reevaluate that relationship. If you are in a friendship group or in whatever the situation may be, any type of relationship at all that is transactional, that you have to do something for them to like you, that you have to say yes to everything they're asking you to do, else they will not like you. I'm going to invite you to really, really reevaluate that relationship if you need to be in that kind of relationship, because that doesn't sound like a healthy one to me. Okay, so anybody who doesn't respect your boundaries, anybody who you have to do something for before they like you have to buy their affection with your time, you have to buy their affection with your compliance with everything they're asking of you, that is not a good relationship. Okay, another reason why I believe that we struggle to say no is fear of missing opportunities, fear of missing out. Girl, FOMO is real. FOMO is real. But here's the thing. Remember, I said that every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. You need to consider these opportunities that are being presented before you in the context of the season you are in. That, do I have the time? Do I have the money? Do I have the capacity to do this thing they're asking me? For example, let's say somebody say, oh, let's go to this conference, or let's go to this networking event, and it's going to cost $100 or £100 or however much. And you look at yourself that in this season, I can't afford that. Realistically, I can't afford that. And maybe that's an opportunity you need to forego in that moment. Okay? Because everybody is at different phases in their journey of life. Maybe they can afford it. Maybe they have the time and you don't have the time. You need to use that time to do something else. Maybe you have the money, but you don't have the time to attend that event. But you need to prioritize what matters to you most. Prioritize what matters to you most. You need to look at where you are in terms of what you are doing. Do you really, 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 really need to attend that event, even if you missed out? So I've used that as an example, but I know that example is transferable to any kind of circumstance at all, where you feel like if you don't go along to get along, you're going to miss out. If you don't say yes, you're going to miss out on the friendship. You're not going to be a part of them anymore, whatever the case may be. Consider what matters to you most and prioritize that. Okay, so the last reason why I believe that we struggle to say no is fear of conflict or guilt. We feel guilty about saying no. I'm going to ask you to think about this properly, because if you do, in a very subtle way, it's pride. It's pride, because you believe that you have to fix everybody. You have to do everything to everybody. So you feel guilty when you don't do it, when you say no. But you are not God. We can't play God in people's lives. There are times when we are just not able to meet people's demands. Okay? So don't feel guilty about not being able to help. Don't feel guilty about not being able to give. Don't feel guilty about not being able to do whatever it is people are expecting you to do in that moment. You just can't. So don't allow that to make you feel conflicted or guilty. You are not responsible to fix the world. Okay? And also, because of guilt, that it pushes us to begin to justify ourselves and over-explain as to why we couldn't do that. No, none of that. You don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to over explain your no. A simple firm response is enough. No, I can't do this. Sometimes somebody might even ask you of something, to do something, or to give something, or to be part of something that does not align with your values. In such cases, just no. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't have to be part of every conversation. You don't have to be part of every group. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to go everywhere. If it doesn't align with your values, the answer is no. Because when you begin to explain yourself and justify yourself and all of that, again, people don't respect you. They don't respect you because they feel like you owe them that explanation. You don't owe anybody any explanation in circumstances like that. No is no. Clear? Clear. Okay. So this brings me then to part 3 of this video, which is how to say no, even when you are scared or when you're afraid to offend people, or whatever the case may be. You know, the confidence, the energy to say no. Okay. One of the first one I'm going to mention is that you can use the soft no, what I consider the soft no, which is you're saying no politely. You're being polite, but you're being firm. For example, you can say, oh, thank you for thinking of me, but I can't commit to this right now. Can you see how that works? You've declined whatever that thing is. You've said no, but you have said it in a soft and a polite way. Or something like, oh, I'm sorry you are going through this right now, but I don't have the capacity to support you the way you need me to support you right now. Again, that is a no. That is a clear no, but it's polite, it's soft, but it's a firm no. The second way you can say no is by delaying your response. You can delay your response to buy you time, you know, to reflect on what they have asked you to do or to give, whatever that request is. You can say, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. Now, you may check your schedule, or you may think about it. You may say, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. You may think about it, or check your schedule, or consider it, think about it, pray about it, whatever, and you may decide that maybe that is something you want to do. But then that was your decision. In that moment, you didn't have the pressure to say yes immediately. You have had the time to think about what's being asked of you. You have had the time to think about that request. And if you go back to say no, at least you've had time to think about it. Okay, so that is clear. This tip, it helps you to avoid impulsive yes responses. Okay, if you say, oh yes, I can do that, and then you go back home, or after, if you put the phone down or whatever, and you think, oh my God, I've just double booked myself. I actually can't go to I actually can't go to this place. I can't do what they've asked me to do. I don't have the time. I've double booked myself, or I don't have the resources, or whatever the case may be, or it doesn't align with my values, or I don't feel right about this. But you have impulsively said yes. So you can delay your response and say, let me think about it, or let me check my schedule, or I'll come back to you. However, if you say that and somebody is still pressing you and saying, no, we need an answer now, then your answer in that moment is no. If they're not going to give you the time and allow you the time to go think about it, to go check your schedule or whatever, then your answer in that moment is no. Okay? Another thing you can do to say no is you can offer an alternative. You can offer an alternative where appropriate, if appropriate. You can say, oh, I can't do that, but I'd be happy to help you in another way. That's an alternative. So you can offer people an alternative. It may be a case where you'll be in a better position. You can say, oh, I can't do Thursday, but how is next Friday for you, or how is next Monday for you? So you have offered alternatives, but you don't have to do it when they want you to do it, how they want you to do it, where they want you to do it. You don't have to always concede. Okay, you can offer an alternative. And again, if the alternatives you've offered to them is not suitable to them, oh well, the answer is no. Okay, and finally, to use the confident no when you need to be firm. Don't be afraid to say no. So you can say, no, that doesn't work for me. No, that doesn't align with my values. It doesn't align with my principles. No, I'm not going to do that. Or no, I don't have that. Don't be afraid to do that. Okay, don't be afraid to say no. As simple as that. Because again, when you do, people, for the most part, people will respect you. Okay, so you have to remember that saying no isn't selfish. When you say no, you're not being selfish. It's not being selfish, it is self-care. Saying no is not selfish, it is self-care. It is protecting your energy, it is protecting your time, it is protecting your priorities, it is making the boundary lines clear and strengthens your relationship with people. Okay, so remember that. Well, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I want you to type in the comment section and say, I choose me. Say, I choose me in the comment section if you are ready to say no without feeling guilty. Say, I choose me, because that's what you are doing. It's a form of self-care. And your challenge this week is to say no to one thing that doesn't serve you. Say no. That's your challenge. Pluck up the confidence to say no. After you have listened to everything I've said in this video, let me know in the comment section below when you have said no to something that doesn't agree with you, to something that doesn't serve you, and how you felt about it. I'm interested to know. I'm intrigued to know. And if you have found this video helpful, like it and subscribe to my channel and help it to grow. I'm trying to grow this channel. And also turn on your notification bell for more contents like this, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear this today. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.